Hello students, now in the previous video you have already studied about the Ohm's law, the experimental verification, the diagram itself. From there we got to know that with the change in current there is a direct proportion relation, you can say, between current and voltage. Okay, on the basis of that condition we can draw a VI graph here. VI graph, I am taking V, that is potential difference, on the y-axis and current on the x-axis. For such VI graph, with the continuous increase in current, proportionally the voltage is also changing. So we get a graph something like this, a straight line graph inclined at some angle with the x-axis. If we consider 2 points here, suppose A and B, and draw the perpendiculars towards both x-axis and y-axis, then we will get two values here, I1 and I2 say, and similarly on the voltage axis we will get V1 and V2. Now you already know how to calculate the slope. The slope of any graph is given by y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. That means in general what we can say, the difference between the y-axis values upon difference between the x-axis values. So what we can write here, V2 minus V1 upon I2 minus I1. Obviously here this value will be greater and here this value will be greater. Whatever value will come here, that will represent the resistance of that particular wire. Now on the basis of the resistance, we can divide the devices or the conductors into two types. First one is ohmic resistance and second one is non-ohmic resistance. Ohmic resistance, as the name suggests, the conductors that follow the Ohm's law. Obviously, if the conductor is following the Ohm's law, in that case what will happen? The graph between V and I will be something like this. Okay, a straight line graph inclined with the x-axis. In this case, the resistance is linear, not changing with the changing values of I and V. Obviously, I value will change, V value will change, but they will be changing in proportion to each other. The ratio of V and I will remain a constant value for a given type of metallic wire of given length. But all the devices that do not follow the Ohm's law, such conductors are called as non-ohmic devices. Okay, for such type of non-ohmic devices, the graph is something like this. V and I, it is a graph that increases continuously. That means at each and every point on this graph, the resistance value keeps on changing. Hence, from here, okay, in the graph also I have drawn two things. For such type of curved graph, what we do for finding the slope, we suppose a point here, okay, or you can directly say we take a point on this graph, draw a tangent, and then we select 2 points on this tangent and draw the perpendicular lines towards the x-axis and y-axis. The difference between the y-axis value, that is represented here as delta V. Delta V means the change in potential. This delta sign represents the change in potential. Similarly, delta I, this value minus this value. The ratio of delta V upon delta I gives the value of resistance at this particular moment. Okay, for this particular value of I and this particular value of V. Since at each and every point, it is a curved type graph, at each and every point the resistance value will change. Hence, such resistance is called as the dynamic resistance of that particular conductor.